through transitions of dominant movements. So once again, Jiu-Jitsu hierarchy, back take is the best position. You've got side control and mount second best, knee on belly third, and guard fourth, yeah? So last week, we just went from side, here, knee on belly, underhook, here, Pete chooses a side, here, gift wrap, the back take, yeah? And this way, and we ended here. So for today, we're starting in back, and all we're going to do is we're going to make sure our hooks are in, never crossed, because he can foot lock from here. Yeah, that's no good. He can do it with his legs. You want to have open hooks, and you want to have a seatbelt with your arms. So a seatbelt is one over and one under. So I like this one, and the under is always grabbing the blade at the top. That's just strong, okay? So we've got two hips, two hooks on the hips. We've got an over and under holding the over, and our head stays in tight on the other side of the overhook. So not like this, that's awkward. You want to be tucked in here, yeah? He moves, I move, we're one. And the first thing is, we're going to get hooks, over, grab, and when Pete chooses a side to turn to, we want to be aware that that bottom hook doesn't get flat like this, because that's his escape. So to start off with, all we're going to do is, we're going to get here, Pete's going to choose a side, and we're just going to be aware and even lift that hook up to his hip, yeah? Because that stops him flattening. So that's it. And this hook can just kind of float a little bit. So we're going to go back up, Pete's going to go the other side, and we're going to just practice that, getting that ankle up on the hip to stop the most basic escape, which we're going to go through a bit later. Yeah? So we're going to start with that. 1, 2. It's a bit of a minor rule break, but it's pretty important. If we have back take, the only time you should be crossing your legs is when you get like a body triangle on them, yeah? So it depends on their width and the size of your legs. Some people just can't do it. But if Pete really slowly, we're going to rock to the left. Pete rocks this way. I can push my foot on his hip, kind of change the angle. And I can grab my own leg, put it behind here, like that, yeah? So that's a body triangle. If I get it a bit further up, I can get it a bit more natural, yeah? So that's the only time you can cross your legs. Never cross like this. It's always just the body triangle. All right? So we focused on person on the back, controlling. What Pete is worried about right now is a choke, because I can obviously slip in lapels and things like that. So for Pete, the person that has their back taken, they want to grab basically 2-on-1 on the choking arm. And a little detail I like is this arm. I like to raise my elbow so it's a pushing motion for Pete instead of like a double under, like a double pull. That's not as strong as a one push and one pull. That's way stronger, and he can get his own arm locks there. That's an important detail, yeah? So we're going to do the same thing, but Pete's going to grab the arm, yeah? And then once we fall, Pete dictates whichever way. I'm still going to do this, but then exactly, Pete's going to start slowly turning into me, like this, and eventually his hips will pop out over the ankle, yeah? And then we go back to back take. So there's a whole bunch of ways you can go on YouTube searches about how to get this foot down to the mat to get your hips over. I'll show a few in a second, but the threat here is the choke. We're in a good position, but the real threat is me choking Pete. Okay, so you want to defend the choke at all costs. So when we go across, back down here, that's it. The hips are kind of secondary. We're focused on protecting the choke. Okay? So we're going to do what we did, and we're going to see if naturally we can get our hips over the ankle. Okay? It's going to be a little bit bad. Don't go hard on each other. But I'm going to try and do like we did like this, and then what Pete's going to try and do is protect the choke and see if he can get his hip popped over my ankle. Okay? So here. Nice. Alright, we'll do that a few times. 1, 2. Just change your angle a little bit. You can post out if you want.
Yep.
Change your angle. You can still get it from here for sure. Lean back and keep going. But what this does is it's a push and a pull. The choke is the pull, the shoulder is kicking down. Yeah? So that's what makes chokes worse, if you have the push and the pull. Yeah? Same as a rear naked. If I have the rear naked, the choke is the pull. Yeah? But what I'm also doing with my legs is when we turn, I'm pushing his hips away. So I'm like kicking him down into my choke more, if that makes sense.
Choke, yeah.
Yeah, so a push and a pull is how you get chokes quick. It's like, is it on? Oh, damn, I'm out. That's it, push and pull concept, okay? So bow and arrow, one more time for the bow and arrow. And this is the only submission we'll do. And I'll show you worst case scenario. So I set it up, I switch my hips, I get it. If he escapes for whatever reason, and this is where we're going to end the class for next week, bang, you sit up into mount. I'll do that one more time. This happens all the time in live rolls. For whatever doesn't work on back, and they spin towards you, you've got to be quick, but the mount is there. So we're here, we pull, we switch to here, for whatever reason it doesn't work, bang, you can transition into mount. Okay? And that's where we're in the class, and start next week from mount again. Alright, 1, 2. Back tape. Never got it at white belt, but got it at blue somehow. Awesome. Alright, so same position, same starting position. I'm going to spin it just to make it easy for the camera. So we're here, yeah? Okay, the whole point of the triangle, we've got a triangle in any position, you need one hand in, one hand out, yeah? Everyone understands what the triangle is, basic? So if we try to do a triangle now, we've got two, like, it's not going to work. So we have to get one of our legs over one of the arms. So that's step one, yeah? So if we've got the back, what I like to do is, I like to, with the overhook, keep the underhook, because this is what's going to, this is pivotal. The underhook is actually pivotal. I like to, in no gi, you can, his arm's going to be up here. I can kind of just grab wrist and hook like this. In gi, use the material. If it's there, use it. Okay? Once you're here, it's quite similar actually. We're going to like spin this way, and I'm going to grab this. Okay? And I'm going to kind of like push back to get there. Okay? So go back to back take. I want him to think he's escaping and sliding out, but I'm actually pushing back because I want this. So here, both arms are up. Bang. If I can isolate this one down, I want to slip up to here. That's what I want, yeah? And he feels like, oh yeah, I'm going to escape it. No, that's not going to happen. So here, that's first step. And then it really is, you've got here, isolated, you slipped it, you underhook. This is why it's so important. You grab your own ankle. That's the key spot, yeah? So now I've got my ankle, I've pinched him, I've got control of him, yeah? And now I can kind of grab his arm, keep swinging, get out of it, keep swinging, and just set up triangle like normal. Maybe get an arm bar from here if you want to, but then just normal triangle. Yeah? So I'll do that one more time. We'll drill this for like a few minutes.
Another angle.
Okay. So back take, remember, hugging the top. He comes to protect the choke. We're going to isolate here, block it. We're going to push back, spin, and grab your own ankle to here. And all these are just kind of maneuver a bit. I know I need to go this way just because I've done that heaps of times. But feel what's comfortable to get the standard triangle. And then you can even just kind of lift this arm up here and choke like that. Okay, 1, 2.